labo babulelele
no ababulelananga laba bawelwe imine I think
ngikhuluma ngalabo abayi-19
laba ba 19 no man khona laba abastake underground baze bathi bayekeni basokole labantu labo imine yakho ibe collapse. So what's happening is that we have a labor relation act. The labor relation act it guides.
But apart from that,
you can't say you can't shift from umthetho and make your own laws.
Okay, you've made a point, but there are a lot of places where indawo zingaminwa minerals
there are people who Tesco is doing that. There are people who are who study the I think I'm a geologist. They could study.
No, but
there are people. What do you call those people?
The point is that you can employ more people because of there's many
people. There are people who are already doing that.
No, but my point is you can employ more people apart from laba bakhona because of zining because of zining indawo zokuminwa.
Okay, can you give me a chance? There are people whose job is to study the land. Mamela ethi ngichaze ngibe slow ngoba manje ngiyabona ukuthi ikulahlaphi
ngiyakuzwa ukuthi
awungizwa you can't just who's going to employ them ubani ozoba employ
niyarasa and no nithi stay
what do you mean with the
government doesn't own any mine
what do you mean with the government doesn't own it government una shares kuna mine angithi sikhuluma lana ukuthi uyi government wena yebo we government you employ abantu abafana boTesco bahamba bayo study a certain part of it.
There are people who are doing that
Tsiki njoba ngikutshela manje there's a mine entshe ezovula ngisengikhohliwe le ndile yona
maningi I know
yes then discover such places
there Randfontein yaphinde yavula futhi there lapha eKasi so city iyavula futhi
discover it's because of amazama zabo
because amazama
manje ubuyiphikelani ukuthi you reinvest in those lost mines.
It's happening.
What do we pick? I think I get.
Your people abantu bayanizwa kahle clearly. Speak softly as if.
But we pixelan because of these people. These people are in. Bayabonile ukuthi amazama bakhona la eRandfontein baningi. Shuthi bakhona lapha ngasekahus. Which means okay, we can reinvest in such mines and produce those safety environments.
Remember, there are procedures that are followed, and then. In terms of our mine, angithi nabo bagayidwa ama Mine Act, angithi MHSA. So what happens for umuntu ozo analyze umhlaba? It's hired by a company, njengoba Tesco so they study the land. That land obo Tesco ba study ngisho nezihlahla to say no, you don't have to cut that tree because in a significance yakhona. So there are people already doing that, but they are hired by it's either a company.
Yes, but my point is the
government
can do that.
The government is already doing that.
Yes, but
it's already doing that.
Yes.
Those fakes are what was asking, how can you influence when you have the means? Because already everything you're saying, it's there.
But in fact, it's not doing enough. My point is that the government is not doing enough. So that was my point.
So from the start. So for me, then you reinvest in those mines as
yes.
And discover more lands as nama minerals.
Yes. Because of our land is rich in that.
Okay, then what should we do? Let's say it's a discovery. Then what else?
Do we have the
idea case South Africa? Story.
Yeah, I'm fit to njengoba bengisho you reinvest or you discover such places. And then you open the home law. You employ people. You understand?
And it's done by the company.
Because of a lot of our people they don't have varsity knowledge or whatever varsity skills or skills that are offered by varsity. You understand? Or skills that are wanted by for IR. In Africa.
Hey, love you for AR.
No, Marie, the country is pushing us there.
Smart city.
Smart city in. You understand?
Fancy smart city.
But muntu yapheka khona yinde aseka yazi mara yemzansi bafika.
Okay wena okay besicedile ngaw idea yakho. Okay uphelele wena Stosh.
Nah, it's fine. Ebethini.
No, thank you so much.
They was advertising Adidas. Okay. Yeah,
no, Stosh, I think you explained. There are already people who are doing that. There are.
Asiyekele.
What's the question?
Your ideas about inside.
My question. Okay, we first fix njengoba ngisho. Yabona masingalungisa the public sector and the funds, control the funds within those sectors. the safety of the people is very important. The crime rate is
Yekela
escalated.
usidweshe.
The crime rate has escalated ngendlela emangalisayo.
What's
So
the
we
cause
can
of that?
we can increase security yethu. Ama-funds wakhona misuse.
Ama-funds maphi?
Ama-funds wakhona. And the skills development. I think mostly I will invest in skills development abantu.
What type of skills?
For example, the manufacturing skills, the engineering skills, the mining. I'll also invest in sports.
Bola.
Sports.
Sports general.
Sports in general. Like, you ask me if I was a billionaire, what was I gonna do? The first thing I was gonna do, there are schools I would identify. Firstly, ukuthi babe ama engineering schools, meaning ukuthi whatever that they type, like imali zashaqala.
Andikhathali ukubulala masengigawulekile no.
Yes, sayivala manje.
Like, ngifuna ukuyivala ngale situation. It's very important for you to listen to this.
Who must listen?
Yeah, ngicela ukuthi uma uyikhipha ne ungayibeki ngathi sesontweni nje kahle. Because ngiyambona.
Alright. I'm comfortable, sure. What I would do as a billionaire, and I also want you to answer the question, what would you do if you were a billionaire?
I can't even do. Angifuni.
What I would do as a billionaire, how will I influence now the world? How will I shape the world? There are
South
schools,
Africa, South Africa.
Yeah. There are schools that I would identify, like Imandisa Shitleka. It's already a busy engineering school. I'll also invest in that.
Maths and science.
Maths and science school. Yeah, but
And tech.
In technology, I would invest in those schools, meaning Gucci. That's true.
No, like it's true.
No,
but
it's true. I would invest
They're
in
enriching in Tony Ngane with
Yeah.
programming skills.
I'll do that, Biggs. I'll do that. They would focus mainly on that. Not mainly. Obviously, I don't have the power to change the curriculum. But obviously, I can influence. I can provide them with the resources like technology. Izinto smart just to improve.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll equal in footy. Because the primary thing in Foitu is to develop on the abantu. Once people start the knowledge, there's nothing. Knowledge is so powerful. It's so rich.
What kind of knowledge?
Knowledge to equip yourself.
That's why they must learn coding.
Exactly. You don't just focus on technology, and I always tell you that you don't just
What
focus
kind
on
of
technology.
Guy when the chance.
All right.
Mina bafethu,
I'll any chance.
I think
Relax.
I think it is.
Relax.
But what kind of knowledge?
Chilo ngathi to equip imancane. The sports. Ne? Sports. I will invest in sports, meaning there are schools like junior. It's so good. It produces abantwana besikolo abadlala ibhola. I would invest in ibhola, which is the juniors ngayenza in academic school.
But
A football academic school. It's already doing that. That's what I'm saying. There are many other schools that I can do that. And I'll make academic schools, especially Makasi, because we are focusing mainly on metric. As focus on talents. So I would make some of the schools kuba academic schools, meaning as a sports academic schools, into Tugweni kube cricket academic schools, kuthi abantwana baya laphayana sibaqasha abantu permanently who will train abantwana ukuthi babe natural talent yabo to cricket. Because there are schools like Umsupatsila, it's already doing this ibhola. So I would also invest in that. I'll invest in training centers. Bring training centers closer to Emakasi. Training centers meaning that's where the skills developments are. That's where people can start developing their skills. So you have different departments. Obviously, when you have your own construction
For IR.
For IR also it's gonna be there. Or when you have your own construction, people are gonna come there and maybe make it in a form of a learnership. But okay, I can take 5 people in 6 months just for them to develop their own skills. So skills development is very important. Knowledge is power storage. That's where the knowledge is. Once you start having knowledge, you understand that have direction. Definitely, you would work towards that goal.
Thank you very much, sir. Storage ideal.
I'm not cool meal. I would go back to the roots. Go back to the roots, because of what you are doing is you are only equipping the youth. You understand? What about the people who are in my 40s, your 35, your 40s? What about them? You're just leaving them behind with benzene. You understand? So I'm taking it back now. But those people, we're talking about experience here, bruh. You understand? Talking about experience. We're talking about ukuthi uthatha umuntu. Mfethu umuya factory ni, bruh. Thola mfethu le ntuzeni baba omdala okushayela eclass no phuma njengoba lenjalo. You understand? And who's to say ukuthi youth now you can't do that? You understand? I mean, we need such people. You understand? So, I'm more concerned about the people that will be left behind instead of rushing to the 4IR. You understand? You understand?
I don't have a problem now. I just feel like once it's introduced to a company that employs 10 people and then don't two, I find it unfair.
There's a reason why ngibona ukuthi 4IR is the way.
The future.
Yeah.
No, you know it is the future.
It is the future, ne?
And
to stay behind is gonna be detrimental for Tina. Yeah, as a country developer. Because we are introduced to our technologies and we don't even know how they work. Do you know Microsoft Microsoft? It's a problem. Now, into Guti, you should focus on the skills is also communicate, creative skills. Why I'm showing that? I think, if we can all invest our knowledge and time in making things simpler, we can start to focus on how to communicate, being creative, coming up with a solution, be more in tune with society, not as human beings, and let the machines run this into this. Why should we straff ourselves?
So you're saying Guti, a house that employs a maid I2 should be run by a machine, and house that is run a garden.
That's what I'm saying.
A garden that was maintained by someone can now be artificial.
Let us focus on Upila Impila on earth. That's what I'm saying.
Who's gonna do the jobs, big?
The machines will do the job.
And then how are we gonna?
And then the people will focus on fixing and creating better machines.
But that's not gonna be the only employment, Bekzin. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying everybody can learn how to do that.
We can learn that, but that's not gonna be the only.
So let's not focus on
how long. Okay.
So
let's talk about something that is very important. Kuzoyenzakalani ngabantu abana 50 years?
They will learn skills.
50.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm telling you, there's a lady dying in Spanacon.
No, but you're about a lady. How many are willing to do that?
No, the thing is, people they can learn these things. People, they can learn whatever.
I'm talking about someone.
It's another thing. You once you tell what I mean, I'm
talking about someone who I'm talking about someone who is used to go to Bekzin.
I'll give you an example. Okay, example.
Practical.
Niba practical now. Espanini, there's new technologies ezizwakalayo. So something beyenza abantu abayi4, seyenza abantu abayi2 or 1. So lama technology, how do they make sure ukuthi abantu they are still being relevant? They teach those skills. They open up a course, they buy you a course for free. You can learn online. Here's the thing about the technology. If somebody can do one thing, omunye umuntu naye can also do one thing. And ube an expect to go. We don't need to know everything.
You had 4 people who were doing the work. You are cutting 3 people.
And I'm saying to you,
even if you have a
they can do something. There's always an opportunity in technology to improve. If you can look at how technology developing a
technology, I think it's for critical. I think it's for critical thinkers. Not everyone is a critical thinker.
No,
exactly. When you want to force thinkers, but there are people who can work with your hands.
When there are
people who can read numbers.
If you are saying that, if you are saying that, you are saying people can't learn things. That's what you are saying to me.
Technology,
that is coming from somebody who has no idea how long to
ungakufunda lokho, but ezinye izinto mfethu zidinga mfethu be critical thinker. Not everyone can be a programmer, for example.
Exactly.
And I believe everybody can be a programmer.
No, yes, into Charlotte in South Africa, they could be billionaire. Number one,
not everybody can be an expert programmer.
No.
I think sifundile lento lena ku left side. There's that part of your brain where you are strong, and in a part of your brain where you are not strong.
I agree.
So we can all succeed
can all move to
succeed
there.
sonke as a creative mind.
But the brain can learn to do things. Do you agree with that?
It can learn, but only if
You
it's
can teach the
only
brain.
if it's taught from a young
You can
age.
teach the brain.
Only
ukuthi
if
yenze
it-
into.
remember,
Do
Bekzin.
you agree?
Remember, Bekzin. What you
Yo,
don't understand
bruh.
is that.
So when you
remember,
are making
no,
people robots.
Exactly. No, besides that,
Oh, Emma, ungidisturb.
no, I didn't get there to Stoshaishi.
If I'm saying, and I'm not saying ukuthi abantu should learn one skill in technology, one into you want, sonke senze into one, that would be unfair because
when
we are
abantu
built
ama
different.
robot because manje ufuna ukuthi baloke befunda baloke
Eh,
uthi
mina-
uthi mfethu kusana kwenza khona abantu mfethu who are just good with
Ngezandla.
ngezandla.
They can be mechanics, they can be ama-lento,
okay.
ama-lento,
Bekzin,
ama-IT.
Okay, Bega, this massive change was ngayo.
How
No?
many?
Bekzin,
dog?
okay, can I just answer? Can I just
How
ask-
many China employ abantu abadlunga abashaya ama-computer, ama-motherboard?
But
How many?
They learn that. But okay, can I
How
just
many?
ask?
How many people in China they are making
Ngicela
ama-motherboards for our-computer?
Ngicela ukubuza, Bekzin. Ngicela ukubuza
Into
this one
encane
question.
engaka i-assemble
Exactly.
i-motherboard.
The most
Exactly.
How did they learn it? They learn by teaching them.
No.
Manje why singayenzi
Man.
like
Ngicela ukubuza.
mina ukuthi niyangiphazamisa and manje angikuzwa yini.
Ask
yini a contributor to economy of China? Is it that production of your motherboard?
It's not only yona but
Yini?
it's
It's a
hard
whole lot of
Eh,
sectors.
ngikhuluma nge-sector a contributor to economy
It's a
yase-China.
whole lot of
it was
sectors.
one of them
Eh,
it was man
Ngikhuluma
whoa.
nge-D sector.
It's technology.
No,
It's
it's
tech-
not.
It's what do you mean it's not?
It's not.
What is it?
It's not. In the
Yini ke?
manufacturing.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they are manufacturing vele.
Yeah.
And
But
but
they're
now
using
you need to
technology
ask
to
yourself,
manufacture.
hey,
Technology is Japan. You are wrong, guys.
hayi
Hayi
bafo.
bafo.
Hayi bafo
But
singayivula
for China-
lento
but
le
for
it's made in China.
But for China yenza almost everything. Ukhuluma qiniso, it's made in China because of manufacturing. But the technology also, the Chinese strong technology.
Nah, not as strong as Japan.
But for now we are comparing. What Bekza was saying is that China is developing in technology. He was not comparing.
Yeah, but
There was
mina-
no
but
comparison.
No.
He said he was strong. He mentioned it as one of the countries as strong at technology. And you mentioned what you know.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. But my point is that in China they are not much into e-technology.
They are, unfortunately.
Or
sir.
othing it manufacturing e-technology.
You can say UK. Well, because when you start comparing, you can say that. But
No, but
in China,
mina-
if you
my
have a toilet
point-
table, are smart.
No, mamela. My point is that it's not that, bruh.
Also, the biggest economic contributor.
It's not a technology, mfethu. My point is that. My point is this.
I understand that. You
Cotton.
are right.
Yes.
You are right. But my question to Bekza was a 40-year-old who's used to doing this job is now replaced by a robot. It's getting a salary every month. We are now being practical. Never equip themselves. Because
Safanele aqale futhi efunde.
never equip themselves.
Let's say una 50.
Khona manje.
Ngarasi.
How many people now who don't equip themselves, who just go to work, come back, go to work, come back?
Ustress ingqondo tsiki.
Now, how many people do that? A lot of us do that. We don't equip ourselves. It's only a few who are very much aware of the change that's going to happen. It's only a few that are already aware which there's already change. I'm just making an example, Biggs. So we are in a current situation. Currently, we have people who are not aware ukuthi there's going to be change, a massive change in South Africa, or who are aware but they are not equipped. Because of one, maybe they are comfortable, one, two, they don't have the resources, the money to equip themselves. But we are living, we're living with that money, with that income. Now, the employer introduces the technology in the company to say, when vayan, salary to them. What do you think that is doing to other people?
Imshia unemployed.
Unemployed.
But what I'm-
How many more people are going to be unemployed? Do you think that person, after the machine has been after the machine has been introduced, do you think the first thing that person will do is to equip themselves? No,
You can't say no because you don't know.
that's not the first thing that they're going to think.
But 90% of the people
Chances they are
They are
going to
not-
relax and
they
going
are
to look for other jobs.
they are not going to equip
They're
themselves.
not going to equip themselves. Biggs.
No. Totally wrong.
That's because we don't have. You know what the problem is, Biggs? Remember, equipping yourself means Uguti, you have to pay to acquire those skills. You have to know people who introduce you to those skills. You have to. like advertising, you have to have the government now.
So mele ngiyiphendule
Yeah,
because it's a long statement initial. Somebody baka fry amalenta amabheka, shamabheka. Uyaspana, ne? Kufika irobot ithi mina ngizoyenza ibheka quicker than you. Umshini awumosheki. What does it take to assemble that machine? Do you need ukuthi ube super genius so akuhlanganisa
umosheka nini bags umkhulu machine?
Imishini yamosheka kune maintenance.
Maintenance. Company
Bra, what are you
companies
talking?
outsourcing.
Bra, awazi usipane factory kanti. Dimani, I'm answering you uyangibuza futhi.
Okay, listen to me. Listen to my question.
Phinde futhi.
Okay, listen to my question, please. Umshini
wena
uyasebenza.
uqeda ukuthi angigani chance wena wenza.
Bra,
Umshini uyamosheka. Umshini has been operating for 3 months, 4 months, whilst abantu bangasebenzi.
That's because that's why you
4
don't know, you don't understand the mechanics behind the machine one. What is going on behind? That's why you don't understand.
But how many jobs did it take?
But listen to me. You don't want to listen. Awufuna ukungilayela ukuthi ngithini. Umshini nawo moshekile. What does it take to assemble that machine loyo? How many material does it take to assemble that machine? Ukuthi sithole leyo machine. What do we need to go do? Mele siyomine. Ispan leso. Ukassembla lo machine ispan. Uprograma lo machine ispan. Ayiprograma umuntu oyiwani.
So wena bheki, do you think ukuthi
It inama level
So
lento
when
le.
a
It's
big-
not only ukuthi I replace lo muntu lo bese akazi ukuthi
Inikeza umuntu o-educated
igaya
umsebenzi
5 or 6 or 10
ongenama-skills.
opportunities mamela igaya to 6 to 10 opportunities lo nto
Kwabantu
lo ukuthi
abafundile.
umshini ukuthi uspan
abantu
kwabantu abafundile.
they can
Abantu
no
abane-university.
bra kune imishini bra ispana kunezinto emele zimaintain ngomshini jo
Which is an outsourced company that has been hired by McDonald's or whatsoever.
leyo
company.
company employ abantu abayingaki
But how many times
in
have
one
they-
machine
they are waiting for a call.
wo anikuthi aningimamela
They are waiting for a call.
mamela angithi argument here was saying I replace lo muntu lo oyi1 mina I'm saying is employing 10
mina thina we are saying asilethe practical asilethe emzansi
Exactly. Iba emzansi bafu.
asilethe
Sikhuluma
emzansi
sila.
sisemzansi.
ungakhuluma ezifu se-America or
sisemzansi
se-China.
that's what I'm telling you
Okay, mina I'm telling
How
you.
many computer scientists?
Mina I'm telling you, no, apart from that, mina I'm
many
telling you,
ITs?
mina I'm telling you ukuthi kunezinto emzansi singakwazi ukuzenza because of we don't have the machines. So what makes you think
gonna
ukuthi
change.
those people labayana they will bring those machines ukuthi thina basukhiphe ngani lineage leyo ukuthi siwenze.
Instant.
Okwamanje njengoba sikhuluma mina nawe asazi ukuthi igold melisuka la lenza umshini owenzayo ukuthi ube
leyo but mina what I'm ime point yami ukuthi leyo seyoba indaba ye government ukuthi already niyabona ukuthi kunjani kubhedi vele but what I'm
But
saying
Bekza,
is
wena ushayela izandla into-
mamela what I'm saying is if we do go that route layer it has an opportunity to employ 10 to 20 people lo muntu lo wenza into eyi1 ayenza kaningi number 2 nokutoyitoya ngithi so we are replacing that engile we are saying let's open up lo mshini oyi1 it is employing 10 more people
Ama-capitalist. Ama-capitalist wonke acabanga kanjalo.
angithi you want I'm
Wonke
creating jobs
ama-capitalist
people
where?
angenzange ispan
To skilled, knowledgeable, tertiary qualified people.
kanti manje
That's what we're doing.
Shouldn't everyone is forced to go to tertiary now? Because
ungarazi
and akusiwonke umuntu okwazi ukuyethesha.
intwana encane nasihlanganisela iPC
But do they hire them?
It's not a matter of ukuthi kumele
Bayamhire ama-companies.
mamela bra South Africa we are suffering from lento miseducation it's a big problem and we are aware ngayo the reason why people don't know Microsoft is because they are not exposed to Microsoft
They don't have
they don't
laptops.
know
They don't have laptops.
that is one problem he missed education so if you can educate your young kids same thing they're doing in China how to assemble a phone and sell it to you in 50,000 what does it does to the economy
We're talking about the current situation in South Africa.
ngikhuluma ngayo
We're
now.
talking about a South Africa where we are developing in technology, and we still have not yet introduced technology in our schools, and some of the, especially in the public sector. You mean, I understand, we have not introduced that. We have 40-year-old, 50-year-old people who are working, who are retrenched because of technology, because of the robotics that were introduced.
Those abafuna ukufunda abahlala ekhaya
That's
the
what
world
I'm-
is going there.
That's what I'm saying, Biggs. What do askhulume about the askhulume
You are
about
increasing
the
unemployment.
agent askhulume about the agent thing ezenzeka manje. Agent matter.
He's increasing unemployment.
Askhulume when ukhuluma about the agent.
Ungaras.
Askhuluma
Because of
about
manje, you
askhuluma
wanna
about
equip
the
the young
agent.
people.
Angizwa.
What about the 50-year-old?
Exactly.
You
Askhuluma
wanna
about the
equip the
agent thing
young-
ezenzeka.
Ungaras. Then it comes to ama skills ukuthi mele bafunde to do their job.
Sikhuluma ngento yamanje.
Not
Biggs.
umuntu omdala, big.
What do you mean? So you're saying abantu abadala bona they shouldn't learn any skill.
Not
They
ukuthi
can.
not ukuthi they shouldn't
So
learn.
they
have a
must do is Spanish baba senza ngo 1990 basenze even today. That's why parliament is so there are bunch of old people abanzana ne system they can't even udeli akakwazi ukushaya
Send the email.
indayide. So
No,
we are saying
no,
right,
no,
right.
no, we are not saying go right, Biggs.
He's employing people.
Remember the
He's
people.
employing-
And
Straight.
Biggs, you are not
He's
careful.
creating-
Mamela,
Biggs, we are not careful.
creating employment.
Anguzo.
Biggs, you're not careful. The people who are providing for families are people who are at the age of 40 and 50.
Apparently, that's the state of our country. So when you're saying ukuthi mabayeke ukuprovide umndeni wabo bahambe bayofunda. Shuthi kuyalanjwa.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm telling you,
Bazolamba temporarily.
what I'm saying to you, into you want and we are not aware of it. I understand, man. And as companies are employing, companies are employed abantu ne to teach those skills, go to upgrade. Espanini ne, you don't sit it. Awuhlali ngale degree yakho ayithola ngo1990 usitshela ukuthi uzoya somewhere.
You have job skills.
Companies are always upskilling people. Whether una 40, una 50. I know ladies abadala in my company who are learning new skills ezenzakala no.
Yeah, that's true. We understand.
So yini lonto leyo?
We understand
So lento ikhuluma is irrelevant.
but were they preparing them for the things that were going to replace them?
That's what they are doing now. Into ezakala right now.
Then it's good for
Even
the
if
company to
fundisa
do that.
i-programming uspana usespana
what to-
uyahola angi-replace anything. In 5 to 10 years time, leso skill osifunda in that company will be an asset to your company.
That's the thing, Biggs.
So when kahle in that situation, you're saying, no, you shouldn't learn because we're umdala.
No, Stosha didn't say that. Ustweshu uthi bafo. Number one, you need to look at many factors that contribute to an adult. Number one, they are stressed. Number two, they're looking after.
Vele sivale podcast once. Ayikho lento leyo. Manje ngobela ngafundi ngoba une stress.
No, I'm not saying Gutsi, they should not. Ikhuluma, Biggs, you're not listening to me. Lalela.
Because now we are miseducating our audience.
Biggs,
Ngalento ekhuluma.
Biggs, no.
We are ejiga lento
No,
leyo.
listen to me. Awulalela uSdweshi. You are not listening to us. It's okay to equip yourself. It's good. It's gonna benefit you. But we need to look at the immediate solution. When a Biggs, what you're talking about, it's the long-term solution. But the immediate solution is that people are losing jobs because of technology. People are losing
That's
jobs
the fact.
because of the robots that are introduced to. The person who was standing at
Well,
the
it's
door.
fortunate
at
that
the
your
restaurant,
company, they are equipping
they're
them.
equipping them.
Then
Abanye abantu
Listen
they-
to me.
they didn't
Listen to
get-
me, Biggs. They don't have. People don't have technological skills. That's the current situation in South Africa.
miseducation, as I've said.
It's not okay. Exactly. Okay, Biggs. We're talking about the immediate solution.
Miseducation.
Before we blame the government, Biggs, we're gonna blame the government. We're gonna blame everything else. But people don't have the skills. to
Miseducation.
operate. What's miseducation?
People don't have the skills. Why?
A lot
Because
of
they are
people-
miseducated.
Exact, Biggs. You are bringing
Mina,
more
I don't-
problems.
I don't know
Biggs,
which
what is
argument
doing.
in here, I
Biggs,
understand
Lalela,
it.
when a Biggs, you are bringing more problems to us, and then you are complaining about the reason why nisilethela more problems is because of asange nisifundise from the first place. Rather, ninga-introduce manje, sifundiseni, sibe ready, and then prepare us. Le nto sibiza ukuthi prep.
Kanti
Prepare
ngithini?
us.
Kanti belokhu ngithini
No,
Stweshi?
awulaleli into when sikhuluma ngama- okay, let's talk about restaurants, for example.
Any?
Restaurants. People who are working at the restaurants are people who are less skilled. They are the most less skilled job. It can be done by anyone. Ne? They can't operate a machine. They can't work at the office. They can't do whatsoever. I'm talking about people who are working at the restaurant. It's the less skilled job.
I'm gonna answer that question.
Ane? So those people every day by emsebenzini, they have not equipped themselves. Ane? So I am emsebenzini today. Kusasa sengizwa kuthiwa ngireplace robot. When will I have the time now to? Okay, I will have the time. I will have the time to say replace a robot. What's the information? What can I do now to still work in that company? Because I love love McDonald's. I love KFC, but I still wanna work there.
Nayi ke mina isolution engiyicabangayo.
Alright.
Which is
Immediate.
yeah, naye ngicabangayo. Companies should be starting to teach. Actually, it's happening.
Prep.
Into engikhulume ngayo, by the way.
Prep, yeah.
Wona khona lapha eMcDonald's, they should be equipping the same people in skills in how to operate loya machine law in any case of breakdown.
They are not abafundele computer science, what's going to happen to them.
Leyo nto leyo you don't need ukuthi manje will be computer genius.
But that's the case.
The reality is, McDonald's, for example, I had 50 people. Then umshini wase McDonald's uthi wena awusadinga cashier, wena usuyaya uyazenzela.
Uyazenzela, yeah.
So you are equipping me with what?
By ulungisa leyo machine.
But it company.
But here's the thing.
But
I
it
think
gets
I need to
one.
away. But sometimes.
But it
happens.
Or about
ukuthi-
two.
Yeah.
So when usuri uretrench abantu about 20, and out of the 20 they ufake into engenziwa abantu about 2. So abanye bayiphi?
That's what I'm saying to you, Guti. They should be equipping ngama skills unnecessary whenever uza loya machine loya soqala operate. When machine uzoba replace, they should have McDonald's skilled them to are able to operate the machine and do other things. As I've said, machine operate uyi-one. Uyamosheka umshini.
But now if we outsource maintenance, company
Bra,
maintenance outside.
if you
Because McDonald's is a restaurant. It's not a maintenance company.
But it will be nice ukuthi umuntu osebenza phakathi uyakwazi uku-operate.
But when you first started Bekzin, that's why I said you
So-
are capitalist. The reason why they are introducing technology is because companies want to save. That's the first thing. Because the biggest expenditure in company, I'm employees. They want to save as much as possible.
The purpose for FOIR is not to make people ukuthi
Make more money for the companies.
babe advanced in knowledge, is to save money.
To save money.
That's what I would do if I was running a company. And then ababaya to every 2 weeks. Ngifake imshini.
That's why I'm
Then
a capitalist.
Angibaqedelanga imisebenzi. I'm saying to you, nizofunda izinto zokuthi operate le machine nani. Nizofunda ukuthi nizoba ne
But when
system.
we pick and pay-
Mamela ukumamelanga.
Okay.
Ngizonifundisa 1 and 2 and 3. How may break it down menze so ni replace ngani isebenza kanjani? How do you program it? How do you
Abantu
do this?
abangakanani abakwazi ukuyenza leyo nto.
As I'm saying, bra, umshini oyi-one can open up opportunities for 20 people.
Kanjani?
But Bekzin.
That's the thing. You don't know these
But
things.
Bekzin.
Inkinga
No,
yokuthi
Bekzin.
anizazi lezi zinto lezi.
Bekzin. But when you pick and pay, you are a supermarket. We McDonald's.
Sabe kusho ukuthi into engenziwa umuntu abantu abayi
Exactly. Bekzin.
Wenziwa abantu abayi-2. But I'm saying to you, behind that one machine, kunabantu abayingaka abayi-employehile.
Okay, ngicela uku-explain in the economy.
Instead of saying i-China mele isilungisele lo machine, I'm saying to you, funda la uzokwazi ukulungisa wena.
Ngicela ukuyichaza
true,
Bekzin.
which is
Ngicela ukuyivala.
Manje yini inkinga?
Okay.
the purpose is that out of those 20 people, it's only 5 people who can do that.
Besides,
I'm not saying 5, I'm saying 20.
Bekzin, ngicela ukuyivala. Ngiyivale ngisha 10 man.
Kanjani?
Ngisha 10. Listen to me.
Okay, let me ask you a simple question.
Bekzin, ngicela
Okay, wena mawubhekile according to le top le. Ihlanganiswa abantu abayingaki. Wacabanga nje estimate a number. That microphone yenziwa abantu abayingaki. This glass yenziwa abantu abayingaki.
I can't really.
Class yenziwa umuntu eyi-1.
Maybe 2 or 3 or 4.
Maybe 2, coloring, whatever.
Design and stuff like that.
Yabona nicabanga on the level le machine loya lo mdoko loya ukuthi mele abantu abayingaka abashana ukuthi assemble loya la kuhlala khona loya mdoko abantu abayingaka kuyolanda umdoko.
Bekzin.
It's a whole pipeline
Bekzin.
end which is within each kuna 10 to 15 people.
Bekzin. Can I
But
teach you something?
speaking
Bekzin, can I teach you something, Bekzin? Ngiyayibhala. Ngicela ukumfundisa. Bekzin khuluma mina.
Okokuqala ulethe umshini kumina. You understand? Ulethe umshini vele osu-assemblile. Which means there were already people who are employed ukuthi bawenze lo mshini lowo.
Exactly.
Mina mamen.
Umshayele 10 million. Ngicela ukuyivala.
Whoa, angithi ungibuzi the question. I'm saying to you, if am I case inanjalo, then we should start to do these things for ourselves. Let us not go is a ngishilo. Let us not rely on China ukuthi basilethele le machine.
Bekzin.
And the same thing which is happening in Batu, they are manufacturing kuphi eChina because it's cheap.
Cheaply.
Uyangithola, if beyenziwa la ekhaya, how many employed people will be employed?
Iyabiza la ekhaya.
That's true.
But how many people will be employed?
But kuyabiza ngeke ngithenge
Manje you are using price now. I'm saying how many people will be employed? More people.
But
Manje
izodura
But
because
it's
they are
obvious,
spending
but
more.
it's a factor.
Ngeke isathengeka.
Mamela, angikhulumi ngeprice, angikhulumi
No, but
ngokuthi
it's a
izoyenzani.
factor.
But I'm saying how many people will be employed?
What are you looking at the business pigs? You're
Angithi
looking at
no,
sales.
sikhuluma nge-employment la. Besikhuluma ngesicela ukuthi singayilahli. Besikhuluma nge-employment. Umuntu oyi-1 sebenza eMcDonald's akasakwazi ukusebenza. Besikhuluma nge-employment la.
Ngisaya lapho ngicela ungayi chance ngiyacela mfuthu.
But akhona
Futhi angeke ningiphazamise ngizoyicima lento. Ngiyacela.
Okay, sikubakele.
Ungayi chance pigs. McDonald's it's a restaurant. Pick and Pay it's a supermarket. What they do is that they sell food, and that's what they do. Do you hear that? McDonald's, it will buy a machine from a technological company
Yes.
that is already programmed, and it
Is I say assembly.
assembly
Yes.
by let's say McDonald's, and it to be operated to say cash, meaning it's taking jobs from those people. You agree? And then after McDonald's, because it's a restaurant, it's not a maintenance company. It hires a maintenance company to look after the machine. And then that maintenance company, I shall up every day in the machine to poke. They McDonald's makes a call up phone to say, guys, moshekele machine.
Yes.
That maintenance company, it has about 10 people who are maintaining a machine because they have clients as a McDonald's. I'm a McDonald's and maybe I-10. They're waiting for a call up now. It's not something that they do every day.
Yeah.
They're waiting for a call up to say, guys, gonna moshekele machine. McDonald's says, no man, guys, it hires design. Design, they are not working for a McDonald's. They are working for a design company.
Sharp.
McDonald's, it's a machine to also spend the grant. McDonald's,
Yeah.
Truly, they are not working with McDonald's. So, we are questioned to say, McDonald's now must upskill Abantu Lab. McDonald's is going to spend more because the main reason was to save. That's number 1 point. And then after that, maybe if it's going to keep the machine, or when it keep muntu of which you have a skill, of which lo machine after this cut, and there's other people who can do that. And then meanwhile you are an employee at McDonald's, you are waiting for machine to be broken. And then how much is McDonald's supposed to pay you before the machine? Because patala per hours, patala hours, because that's the territory. You understand? So you're not gonna say, guys, I've equipped you now. Let's wait for the machine to stop operating. Who can work on that machine? The machine has a fault. You're not gonna wait for any fault. McDonald's has people who do that for them. Because they bought it from a certain place. That company, maybe it offers also maintenance and stuff like that. You understand? So the employees as a McDonald's, my question for you is, what are they going to do? Because now the machine that has replaced them, already it was bought somewhere. It has a maintenance company from somewhere. What are they going to do?
They must upskill.
They can upskill, which is fair.
Yeah.
That's what everyone should do, which is fair. You can upskill yourself, like the engineering sector. It's like the sector that's wide. Everyone it's in demand. Engineering sector. There's a lot of things that people can do to upskill themselves. Forklift, for example, packaging, logistics, stuff like that. There are a lot of industries as thing about. You understand? It's not only technology. And then you're not going to say to McDonald's, guys, upskill your people to save us on the machine.
We have the answer.
No, ungizwile answer yami ukuthi
so because I think ngoba ngiyibeke njengale lento umshini wani lo mshini lo njengoba usho ukuthi iMcDonald's isosa out ku manufacturing company uthi sicela imishini. If there's more people if iMcDonald's it is funa i4 manje imishini bekwali bekuno yi1, it means what? It means ispan siyakhula kuphi manufacturing. They need more people ukuthi baze bazospana bazo assemble imishini bahlanganise yonke la ile. Kwenzakalani to employment? If bebelungisa umshini oyi1 sebefuna 10, kunomunye umshini lo mshini oyi1 ufuna 20, nalo mshini oyi1 ufuna 20. Kwenzakaleni ngeemployment manufacturing? It's increasing. Now, if McDonald's says to them, which is of course if it's ikhuluma ngendaba ukuthi McDonald's is not a tech company, is also out. Why ingaskili labantu laba and go to those factories and learn those skills so that it saves money ukuthi ifune ilentuzana ibhadale labantu laba, to say if something you're doing it in house is cheaper to you than if we outsource. Basic.
But Bekzin, the honest truth is that are they doing that? Are companies doing that?
some companies are doing that. Angazi ngabo madonata abo amanye I don't know. I mean, I can only speak about into
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's fair that you
It's
speak about
cheaper to
something that
you
know.
to go into yenze in house than also outside.
And it goes back to Lento she was Dwesh. Remember, the companies they look to make profit. And then if Ibatu yenza implement
Yeah, fine. Siyavaya manje, siyavala lento.
okay, the point.
Yeah.
If Ibatu yenza more employment ngapho, meaning ukuthi the material is expensive. Yonke into like even if the material is expensive, phela you have to ukuthi ibe ingabi equivalent.
Yeah.
One is to be greater. So you have to calculate okay, I've spent so much in ukwenza lesicathulo. How much profiting am I making from this
Exactly.
tattoo?
I agree.
You understand? So if they're gonna create employment, not a lot of people are gonna afford Ibatu. Ibatu is now like gonna be gush.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it's impossible. So every company is looking out to the only job that they can create is logistics to say because that's where the deliveries are. If I get my store, people work within the stores. So you're not gonna like tell a company, guys, employing ngapha. Meaning you are affecting the people from this side who wants to buy your product.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's the whole reason why yonke into abantu baningi buy
Yeah, amanye ama skills I do agree. Amanye ama skills fail in technology for thina aba 8 disadvantage. Njengawe le into abazoku manufacturing. Siyalimala because manje ibhathu seyizothi boma 4,000. It's much cheap, it's reasonable for a company ibhathu ukuthi so outside. Which is it create employment for who abantu ba outside. But for some of the skills ezifana naboma coding, you don't need those into ezokuthi usose outside. Uyangithola. Zikhona khona la. Internet is there. It can teach you those things. But here ke ipoint leyo. I think into esizwene ngayo ukuthi amanye ama skills are cheaper to source outside.
But the point is that you can't force information emntwini because of uthi no man senglethe lokhu funda lokhu so that ingaxoshi. You understand? And uthola ukuthi that's not my strongest point. You understand? Mfethu lento I see it with my students. There are some people who you can't force with basement. You can't force it, bro. Yabona kunzima. You understand? Thola ukuthi umntana abantu is good in something else, whatever, sports, whatever. You can't force it. Even if no matter how good you are as a teacher, you can't force it sometimes.
I still stick ngayo. You're no right. Well, you can't force any skill to anyone anyhow ukuthi ayifunde. If umntaka akekho mentally equipped ukuthi ayifunde like that. But what I'm saying is people can learn izinto if you do educate them kahle. Because one of the factors is khona ukuthi abantu they are miseducated.
Ngiyayibona naleyo point leyo ukuthi yok educate.
Hayi baba uvala i-podcast kabani? Hayi baba uzophapha. Phoqa awuzi. Kasiringa's podcast bafethu if you like le episode like subscribe share lapha
asakhuluma ngakela lengi.
don't worry my brother, don't worry. Ngisibhaye into emele sikhulume ngayo. So
nami ngifike ngathi lezi ngisiphephile.
yeah, so Kasiringa's podcast bafethu, see you in the next episode. Yeah. Ciao.